But I should have just let it go. Stay around, thinking you will learn a lot, and we both know you're wrong. There's nothing you can do to ever undo what you've done to me. I love you deep in my heart, I know. But baby, I just kept holding on. I should have let you go. I should have let you go. I should have let you go. Needed you in my world. What's up, y'all? Good evening. What's up? What's up? Good evening. We're gonna get started in a minute, y'all. There's nothing you can do to ever undo what you've done to me. And my heart. We about to get started, y'all. Good evening. Good evening. Oh no, should've let you go. What's up, y'all? Good evening. Happy Wednesday. What's up? We about to get started, y'all. Over the phone, I should have known. Damn, I should have known. When you didn't come home so nice. Alright. And we both know you're wrong. There's nothing you can do to ever undo what you've done to me. What's up, y'all? Good evening. Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Let me just turn this down a little bit. My bad, y'all. Hold on, it's frozen. I'm trying to adjust the volume. 1 minute. There we go. Good evening, y'all. Hey, Dory. Hello, hello. Good evening. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Welcome to Wound Care Wednesday. My name is Shelby. I am the Healing Empress. All right. I thank you guys for taking your time out to join me tonight. Okay. Little disclaimer for my channel, y'all. This is a no judge zone, baby. If you here for jury duty to judge somebody, baby, this ain't your channel, okay? This is not your channel, all right? I trip over my words. I might lose my train of thoughts in the middle of talking, okay? I might stutter, baby. I might not know how to pronounce a word, and that's how it goes, okay? So if you hit a judge, like, get your ass out, okay? And another thing, I love to talk about God, but baby, I be cussing. So if that's gonna offend you, then this ain't your channel either. Okay? So now that we got that out the way, y'all. So tonight I want to talk about something because something happened recently. Something happened recently that kind of just made me really reflect on a relationship that had a huge impact. It was a very pivotal relationship in this healing journey, on this spiritual journey that I've been on. And you know, I've talked to some friends about it, but I haven't really, you know, spoke about it here on this platform in depth. And but I'm being led to, you know, share my story with you guys and share my experience with you guys. Okay. And I wrote some things down here because I don't know, for some reason why, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, for some reason why I started feeling nervous all of a sudden. I have not been feeling nervous. Like before I started this video, I was not feeling nervous. And I'm not sure why that feeling is coming over me right now, but the story needs to be told. So it is what it is. Okay. Thank you guys for the follow. Thank you guys for being here with me. Okay. So I just want to speak about this relationship that was a very pivotal moment in my healing journey. Okay. And it was so significant because, you know, I've been through a lot of shit in relationships Okay. And at the time when I met this person, you know, I was in a place where I was secure within myself. You know, I had poured into myself. I was loving myself. And, you know, I was manifesting certain things. And this person, you know, I met this person, and initially, I can't lie, y'all, initially I was not attracted to him. Just like off rip. Not that he was unattractive or anything, but just initially I was not super attracted to him. What attracted me, like once we started talking in the conversation, you know, the conversation, just based off the conversation, I could tell that he was emotionally intelligent, and, you know, it was cool. And then, and the conversation was just, you know, it was just flowing. And, you know, as we kept talking and things kept going along, you know, it was like everything that I had been manifesting, everything that I had been wishing for, asking God for, it seemed like I'm like, finally, I found it in this person. You know, it just it felt so right. And it felt like, it felt, I felt secure. I felt safe. I've never felt that emotionally safe or that emotionally secure with someone. And he provided that environment for me. Because initially my guard was up. My guard was up, and I won't lie, I also had still been kind of holding on to a past situation which was toxic, but I was holding on to it unintentionally, hoping that that person would come back and change. But once I realized that, you know, I started praying like, you know what, Lord, I want to move on from that situation. I want you to show me, you know, what it is that you need me to do. I want you to help me recognize my blessings and not to self-sabotage whatever you sent to be a blessing for me. So, you know, I prayed that prayer, and God showed me very quickly, baby, that I was sabotaging this new connection because I was still holding on to that old toxic connection. Because honestly, when I really thought about it, it was because it was something within me that was still holding on to that toxic person, wanting them to change, right? So in turn, I was self-sabotaging something that I had asked God for. Like, this person was everything that my ex was not, like the things that I actually needed to build a solid foundation. So once, you know, once God revealed to me that I was sabotaging something, you know, I talked to the person about it. You know, we had an open and transparent relationship. So, you know, I spoke to him about it, and I let him know, you know, and I corrected my actions, because I'm like, look, I done heard from God and not listened to him a couple of times, or tried to ignore things that he's tried to show me a couple of times. And baby, it be landing me in some hot ass water. So, you know, when God was showing me, okay, like, this person is a blessing for you at this moment, then I was like, okay, I need to get my act together. Like, I'm about to sabotage my blessing, you know? So, okay, that was that. And, you know, things were on track. I thought that we were building, you know, a solid foundation. And so he was entering this season in his life where he was going to just kind of be in, you know, grind mode and hustle mode. And, you know, I'm like, you know, at that point, my feelings were already there. And I'm like, okay, cool. You know, you got to hustle. I understand. I'm not about to try to stop your hustle, knock your hustle or whatever. You do what you got to do. But at that point, we had built, like, the emotional connection was there, and I felt safe enough to be like, you know what, I can support you during this. I'm not speaking like financial support, but support him as in being an emotional support for him while he's going through the season where he's trying to, you know, grind and get his stuff together or whatever. And during that season, you know, what I didn't realize is that I was teaching him how to treat me, because during that time, I was trying to give him grace. What I should also add is I had been praying to God to help me to be more patient, help me to be more graceful and to be less reactive, help me to be more understanding. And to be better with resolving conflict. And, all these things I was asking God to help me with. And so when he was going through this period of lack, when I say lack, it's because, he was spending more time at work because he trying to get his money up, trying to, do his thing, whatever. And I understood that. I gave him grace. I was patient. And, while I was going through it, and I may not have realized it at the moment that that's what God was showing me, because, a lot of times we ask God for things, but we don't know exactly how he's going to give it to us, how he's going to present it to us. So I was asking God for patience and asking him to help me, be more graceful, more gracious towards other people. And, this situation was helping me with that. So, like I was saying, subconsciously, I felt like I basically taught him how to treat me, because during that time, things were more one-sided, because I'm like, okay, I know you got this going on, so I'm a pick up where you're lacking. Because, in my mind, I'm like, well, when you try to build something solid with somebody, where they're lacking, you're going to pick up. Where I'm lacking, I expect them to pick up. That's how partnerships should work. Or nah, I don't know. That's how a partnership should work in my mind. So, I was there, but things became one-sided. And what I didn't realize was, well, actually, my biggest fear was coming true, was that, I was going to give him this grace during that time of his life, and that things were never going to go back to how they were before, which was a relationship where there was there was reciprocity. It wasn't one-sided. But before I knew it, things had started to become familiar, like those familiar toxic cycles that I had experienced before so many times in my life, that I had been trying to let go of. And what was so different about this connection, y'all, is like I was receiving confirmations about this. He was receiving confirmations about this connection. And it was just a connection, like on a soul level, on a spiritual level, something that I had never experienced before. It was way beyond the physical, way beyond the tangible. And I had never experienced that before. I had never trusted anybody the way that I trusted him. And our communication, we were so open and transparent. And so I felt safe to just completely let my guard down, because I felt emotionally secure. Okay. So after this season, where I felt like, things had started to shift, things had started to change, and they started to feel like these old familiar cycles that I thought I was done with, because I thought me and him were on the same page. Like we were literally talking about our future together, like making future plans, like all these things. I'm thinking we're on the same page. I'm thinking that we are, building a solid foundation, building towards something solid, just feeling like finally I met my person. And we both said that to each other. And so once things started shifting and things started looking familiar, like I'm like, yo, I know this story. Like I've seen this story so many times. And, like I said earlier, I had been asking God to help me, be better with resolving conflict, and also just be better with using my voice to speak my truth. And, I brought it to his attention, things that I was feeling. I'm like, this is starting to feel all too familiar. This is starting to feel very one-sided. Like I'm down to, I'm down. I'm going to be down for you, but I need you to be down for me. I need to also feel secure and feel fulfilled in this relationship, because yes, you may be going through some things and you may have a lot on your plate, but you cannot just completely neglect the things that I'm going through and the things that I need, because a one-sided relationship that's not going to work for me. That was not the agreement. We did not agree to have this one-sided relationship. And for me, it was like y'all, it was so hard for me because it was like my mind and my heart were at war. Because like I said, this deep soul connection, deep spiritual connection, and it was like I feel this connection so strongly, and in my intuition it was like I feel like this is my person, but then in reality, in the physical world, he was not showing up for me the way that I needed him to show up for me. And you know, I had been in the process of kind of just reflecting on things that I've been through in my past and reflecting on why I would tolerate certain things. And just I was just, y'all, I was a fucking mess. I was just like so confused. And once I started feeling confused, I'm like, hold the fuck up. Hold the fuck up. Nah. Because prior to this, I was feeling secure. I was feeling confident. I was fulfilled, and I was feeling that internal peace, that internal joy. But once that confusion, like now you're causing confusion. Now you causing me to question myself. Baby. Now I need some clarity. And once I started praying for clarity, man, when I tell y'all, God started revealing all type of things to me. God started revealing so many things to me, and what he was showing me is, okay, initially, yes, this was for you. You guys were aligned. You guys were aligned, but once his actions were no longer aligned with what it is that you need to feel fulfilled, to feel that you are secure, then baby, something has to change, because you're going to end up repeating the same cycles again. And I can't lie, for a short amount of time, y'all. I'm sorry, Dory said that is a tug of war of feelings, but prayer will bring clarity. Girl, what? Because I was just it just was not a good feeling, especially when you have learn how to cultivate that inner peace. Anything that threatens that peace, baby, it has to go. Like, God won't allow you to settle. You're going to feel unsettled. It's going to be like constantly on your mind and stressing you out. And no, I was like, I can't do this. And so once once I realized, we were having conversations, and he would always say, like, babe, I know you deserve more, and I'm gonna change, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And like I said before, that soul connection, that spiritual connection was so deep, and I had never experienced it before. So it was hard for me to pull my emotion out and start using my logic. But y'all, sometimes you have to pull your emotion out of situations and know when to use your logic. And yes, emotionally, it was like, I can feel that you love me and I love you. But if you are not willing to show up for me with your actions, if you are not willing to prove to me how valuable I am to you, as valuable as you say that I am to you, as much as you say that you see my worth and you see my value, I need to see that reflected in your actions. So once the actions and the words were no longer aligning, I was still holding on to the potential of how things were prior to the actions not matching up. I was holding on to the potential. I can admit that. And yes, it's hard to admit, but I can admit that I was holding on potential to his potential. And that was something that I had done so many times in my past, because I would see people's potential, and instead of accepting how things were in the moment, in the present moment, I would be holding on to that potential. And that shit would get me fucked up. It would get me with my heart broken. And this time was no different. It had me heartbroken. But what was different about this time is it feels like, like God was just preparing me, because all of the lessons, all of the things that I was asking God to help me with patience, with grace, with learning how to be more understanding things, asking God to help me, prepare me to be a wife, prepare me to be a wife. And sometimes God will use people to teach you certain lessons, teach you certain lessons, and also to help you in certain cycles. Because once things started looking familiar, like repeating history, repeating itself of toxic cycles I've been through, when it started to, when things, when my emotional security was threatened, when that was shattered, it was like God would not allow me to settle. Because in the past I have given people multiple chances, although they betrayed me and they lied to me. I was giving them multiple chances. And what I realized, y'all, is I've always loved people the way that I wanted to be loved. And for a very long time, I was loving people like that, but I wasn't loving myself like that. And once I finally gave that type of love to myself, then it was easier for me to discern whether or not someone is giving me the type of love that I deserve, meeting me where I deserve to be met at, and meeting me up here. Like if you're down here and I'm up here, and this is nothing to do with material things. I'm talking on a soul level, on a frequency, and we talk about energy. If you're down here and I'm up here, why am I bringing myself down here to meet you where you at and trying to drag you up to where I'm at? No, baby, you're gonna have to meet me where I'm at. Because a lot of times I would be bringing myself down, trying to meet people where they're at, because I can see their potential, and I'm trying to drag them up to their potential. Meanwhile, I'm dragging myself through the motherfucking mud. Meanwhile, dragging myself through the mud. Like, I don't know, y'all. So, like I said, I'm just looking at some things that I wrote down about this. Um so once I started realizing that the relationship was like, it was history repeating itself, that is really what made me start reflecting on past situations that I've been through. It made me start reflecting on what was within me that I was still continuing to repeat these patterns that I've asked God to release me from. Why was I still why was I still holding on when somebody was clearly showing me with their actions that they didn't value me as much as they said? I was still holding on to what they said, still holding on to potential. And my bad, y'all. And so I was holding on to those things, and like I said, having a war between my heart and between my mind. It was a constant battle, and it was just becoming emotionally draining. I was like, yo, I don't like this. I worked so hard to have this internal peace and this internal joy, and to just accept myself and love myself, and for somebody to come and just kind of shake shit up, I was like, nah, I don't like this. So I need to figure it out. And things, you know, for things to go to one extreme, to feeling like, oh my goodness, I found my person. We got this deep soul, spiritual connection. Like, that's hard to come by. And then for it to go all of a sudden just change to like, now there's emotional insecurity. Now there's lying. Now there's betrayal. Now there is being dismissive of my feelings. being dismissive of my feelings, invalidating my feelings, seeking external validation when we're going through things, and telling me what somebody else would deal with, what somebody else would tolerate, how somebody else would react, what they got to do with me? What they got to do with me? Because why are you telling me that? What does that have to do with me? You are in a relationship with me. So why does it matter who else would tolerate what? If I'm being reasonable in what I need from you, if you cannot meet that, then that is okay. But don't string somebody along like you're going to change, knowing damn well that your ass is staying in the same energy. You just talking about changing. You're not ready to change. You're not ready to put the action in. And then try to manipulate me emotionally to make me believe that I've done something to make you feel that you aren't good enough. And I don't know if you guys saw my recent post about the guy that I was dating, and he told me out of his mouth that he knows that he could have been doing more, and he didn't want to because he felt like he had too much stuff going on in his life, and he felt like he didn't have the energy to do more. Okay, that's fine. So then if you don't want to do more, then you no longer need to be we no longer need to be dealing with each other, because that's not good enough for me. Because I don't want to be with somebody who is not willing to put forth their maximum effort. I'm not about to be putting forth all my effort to get a half-ass. No, we ain't doing that. We're not doing that. And hold on. I feel like listening to this song, y'all. So let's see. So yes, it went to this, from that deep soul connection, feeling like I found the one, feeling like, finally I don't got to deal with all this, karmic toxic shit anymore, to all right, shit looking real familiar again, and now it's time to cut ties. And I can't lie, for a while I was still stuck in that cycle because I was confused with God. I'm like, why would you send this person in my life that seems to check everything that I've been searching for, everything that I've been desiring, just to show me like, actually, no, actually, just kidding. Actually, it's not it. And what I realized is it wasn't, oh, like I just, I told you this is the one, but it's really not. No, we all have free will. So at the end of the day, the connection was there. And it's up to both parties on whether or not things are going to work. So we can feel how we feel all day, but if the actions don't reflect, none of that shit matters. At least not for me. None of that shit matters. Because it's just gonna end in me being miserable because my needs aren't being met, but all of your needs are gonna be met. No, baby, we ain't doing that. Ain't no more one-sided relationships. I ain't doing that shit no more. I done had enough one-sided relationships. I ain't doing that shit no more, baby. And so what really made me start reflecting on all these things again is because actually a few weeks ago I had finally forgiven him, but just recently I had really made up my mind to say, what, I'm closing that door. Like I don't want to deal with that. And I hadn't spoken to this person in months. And that same day that I decided, like, you know what, Lord, I really am truly open for new love. I'm truly ready to close that chapter, like, because you've already shown me that he's not ready for what I'm ready for. And y'all, I tell y'all, that same day that I decided that I wanted to close that chapter, y'all, why the hell I got a text that same night? Y'all, I have not talked to this man in months. The same night I got a text. I'm like, Lord, why are you trying to test me? You're trying to test me to see if I'm really done. I'm like, you're trying to test me to see if I'm really done. And see, I'm a big believer of people changing. I know that people can change. I know that. But baby, if you gonna come back, you supposed to come correct. But when he came back on the same bullshit that he was on before. But you know what? I'm glad that he did, because that was confirmation for me that I was making the right decision to close that door. Because I've given people plenty of chances, too many chances, to play in my face, to play in my energy. I have allowed that plenty of times in my past. And I can honestly say, in that relationship, which was pretty much a situationship for the majority of it, unintentionally. But I can say that I lost my train of thought. That's why I can say that I lost my train of thought. See, that's why I gave y'all disclaimer in the beginning, y'all, because see, I lost my train of thought that quick, real quick. It'll come back. It might come back, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know if anybody can bring me back where I was at, but I lost my train of thought, y'all. But I don't know, man. That was it was something difficult for me to break myself away from such a deep, strong soul connection. And oh, that's what I was saying, that basically came back on the same thing, and that was confirmation for me that I had made the right decision to finally close that door, because God has shown me so many times, like all the times I've given chances for that person to change, I had given so much grace. And this was the first time that when I received a message, I felt indifferent. I didn't feel upset. I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel sad. I just felt like, okay. Because I had decided to forgive him. And that is probably one of the most liberating things that I did for myself. It has nothing to do with him. It was for me. Once I forgave him, y'all, I felt so much lighter, because after things went down, y'all, because I really felt like I had really felt so played, because we were making all these plans together. I'm thinking that we're building this solid foundation. And we had separated, and then we had came back together. And that last time that we came back together, I was asking God, like, just show me, if I need you to show me something, like, is this the route that I'm supposed to go down, or do you have something else for me? Like, let me know before I continue to invest my time, my resources, my energy into this relationship. Y'all, I prayed that prayer, and I think the next day, it was soon after. That's when I found out. That's when the truth was revealed, that he had been lying to me about a lot of different things. A lot of different things he had lied to me about. And for me, just felt like the ultimate betrayal, y'all, because when I say that we had talked about things that a lot of people may not even talk about with each other when they're dating, because they think it's like, oh, you're telling too much, like you can't be too honest with people. We were so open and transparent about everything. Well, apparently not everything, because then I found out that he had been hiding things from me and lying to me about something. And when I tell y'all, my heart was completely fucking shattered, because it had me questioning myself, because now it had me questioning my intuition. It had me questioning God, like, yo, what's up? Why would you do this? Like, I thought I was done with these things. I thought I was done with this. And ooh, child, it was rough. It was rough. And um it could have easily tainted my heart and tainted my view on love, but y'all, I'm such a sucker for love. It's nothing that can happen that will just make me say, you know what, fuck love. I don't want love. I don't know, because I know that just based on who I am, how I love, I know that there's somebody else out there that's going to match that for me. And when I think about, and of course it hurt. I was sad. I processed my emotions or whatever. But what I had to look forward to, thank you guys so much for the likes. What I had to look forward to is the fact that I'm like, yo, if this connection felt this good when I thought that, things were like, this was the one, if this connection has felt this amazing and this strong, just think about the connection that I'm going to have with the right person. That's the way I have my mind. That's the way I think about things in my mind, because that it's like, yo, you already know, if this could feel this good and it was the wrong thing, imagine how amazing the right thing is going to feel. Imagine how good the right thing is going to feel if the wrong thing felt this good. Imagine how good the right thing is going to feel. Is that not nothing to look forward to? That's a lot to look forward to in my mind. So I was like, yo, yes, this sucks, but I know that means God just has better in store for me. And that's exciting as hell. Because even though, yes, I felt that it was fucked up that he played in my face, that he played in my energy, but that relationship was one of the most pivotal times of my life, in my healing journey, in my spiritual journey. Like, I became closer to God. I was became more in touch with myself. I got to learn myself more. And things weren't all bad. Like, like I said, how I said that, I had the emotional security and safety. He would pour into me. He would motivate me. He would inspire me. He would call me out on my shit, and, tell me if I'm doing something that's fucked up, that I need to improve. Like, we had all those things. So I'm like, just imagine how good that felt. Just imagine how things with the right person, how good it's going to be. I don't know, that's the way my mind works, y'all. That's what I be thinking about. That's what I be thinking about. And just forgiving him, the forgiveness, y'all, I'm telling you, forgiveness is so, so powerful. Because before I decided to forgive him, I was holding on to that resentment. And resentment is heavy. Then, okay, I love you so much, but I can't. I'm sorry, y'all. My mama on my live, and I be cussing. I'm sorry, Ma. I love you. Dory say, I agree, and you deserve even better with that one, that right one. Exactly. That's what I'm saying, man. And I was saying forgiveness is so powerful because I was holding on to that resentment, and that resentment was holding my heart captive. Because when we hold on to the things that people have done to us in the past, that have the people who have wronged us, when we hold on to that resentment, it it closes off your heart, and you're not as open to receive things that God may be trying to bring into your life. And I'm like, I had decided, no, I don't want to close off my heart. So I decided to forgive him. And it was for me to free my heart, baby, to free my heart. Because I'm like, I can't be open for new love and open for new opportunities if I'm still holding on to past situations, still holding on to past resentment. That shit will keep you stuck. Resentment will keep you stuck. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm taking my power back from this situation. I'm taking my power back from this situation because I'm not going to allow a past situation to sabotage my present and sabotage my future, because I have worked hard as hell for this peace, this joy, and this love for myself. Dory says that's what people have to realize. Forgiveness is also for you too, so the healing can truly start. Exactly. Exactly. The forgiveness is not about the other person at all. It might sound selfish, but baby, forgiveness ain't for the other person at all. Call me selfish. I forgave for myself because I deserve that. Because I deserve happiness. Because I deserve peace. Because I deserve joy. That's why I forgive. It ain't for nobody else but me. Call me selfish if you want to. Oh well. Oh man. But yeah, y'all. I just yeah, I was glad to share that story with you guys this week, because that relationship was um a very it had a huge impact on my journey, on my even just learning so much more about myself. It had a huge impact on me. And I know it can be hard to break yourself from a deep ass soul tie. It can, child, that should be having you in a chokehold, baby. In a chokehold. Thank you for the likes, boo. Thank you so much for the likes. But y'all, that soul tie will have your ass in a chokehold. And baby, I was tired of it. I was tired of it, and tired of reliving the past, tired of allowing that to take over my mind, excuse me, and have any type of power. We got to call our power back from these relationships that don't work. Don't leave your power with that person. Take it back. Don't keep reliving these situations over and over in your mind. Take your power back. You're giving your power every time you keep reliving the situation over and over and over and over and over and over. Because trust me, I did that shit a lot of times. You're giving your power to that other person. It's your power. Stop giving it to them. You gotta let go and forgive. And you gotta be strong, because I know the soul tie can, just keep us in a loop where we just stuck repeating the same things over and over. But baby, when your mind and your heart is at war, it's most likely something to do with this person's actions and their words not aligning, and it's causing confusion. Go with your mind, go with your logic, because the emotions, they will blind you. I've been blinded by emotions plenty of times. So don't feel ashamed. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, you're stupid or you're dumb or you this, you're that. Emotions are a powerful thing. And sometimes, baby, they can be blinding. Blinding and binding. That word also came to my mind. Blinding and binding. Emotions will keep you binded to somebody that you know your ass need to let go of. Emotions, that soul tie, will keep you binded to somebody who is not good for you. Somebody who does not deserve this version of you. No. Emotions have kept me binded to some, not so favorable situations. But when you know better, you do better. And that last situation really just taught me so much about myself, about God, and about relationships. And it just showed me too that we just never know how God is going to answer our prayers. And sometimes when we ask for things, we just don't know how God is going to present it to us. We don't know how He's going to give it to us. And the things that I was praying for, God presented it to me through a person. And that's how I had to learn the lessons. And that's how it is sometimes. That's how it is sometimes, y'all. I don't know. But that's what I wanted to talk about tonight, you guys. And I appreciate y'all being here with me and listening. You said that's why I get scared to pray for clarity. Girl, I know, because God be showing you real quick. And look, so I didn't really tell y'all the story about okay, so I was saying earlier, I think I must have lost my train of thought or something, but I was saying earlier how I had asked God for clarity, like to let me know, like, should I keep on investing in this person? Should I keep on, whatever? And y'all, like the day after or whatever, me and him were about to go get some cookies, y'all. We was about to go get some cookies. And he had recently got in a car accident, so he had a rental car, and he was showing me like the features in the car. And it scrolled past his call log. And I saw the person in there that he had told me he no longer spoke with because they had this on and off toxic relationship, situationship type whatever shit going on. But I was under the impression that they no longer spoke. This is what he told me. So when I saw the name flash across the screen, I was like, yo, what the fuck? So when I asked him about it, initially he tried to lie. He tried to lie about it. But ultimately, of course, the truth was right there. The truth came out. But that's how quick God will answer the prayer. Like, God literally, I prayed that prayer asking for answers. Show me if this person is for me. Should I continue to invest in this person? And God gave me that answer. And that's when I learned that he had been lying to me about things and that he had betrayed me. That things weren't as solid as he portrayed them to be, that he wasn't as open and transparent as he led on. And that completely shattered, it shattered my heart, and it shattered, I was fucked up about it, because I'm like, yo, what was even the point? What was even the point? And y'all, and Dora, you say, oh Lord. I was like, hey, I can't lie, y'all. Even then, God gave me that answer, and guess what I did, y'all? I was giving him another chance. I was giving him another chance. I was repeating the same cycles that I had repeated so many times in my past. So I had decided to give him another chance. And of course, in the back of my mind, I'm like, Shelby, do you really want to do this, bro? Like, the trust is no longer there. So do you really want to go through, wondering, is he lying to you? Is he where he says he is? Is he with who he says he is? I don't want that type of relationship. And I'm not the type of person who gonna be texting you, where you at, who you with. I ain't got time for that stress, baby. I don't have time for it. But initially, with my love and the connection, I can't lie, y'all. I was giving him another chance. Y'all. And God would not let me rest. God would not let me settle. And my heart wasn't settled and my mind wasn't settled. Because I was always wondering, like, should I be giving him another chance? Am I repeating the same cycles? Is this going to happen again? Is like all these questions that was stressing me out. And once I actually, we had some time apart because I was traveling and we had some time apart. But we were, still communicating, whatever. But once I kind of got away from him, like out of his energy, and really had some time to reflect on things and speak with God and have some solitude and really just clear my mind on things, God was like, no, we're not doing this again, Shelby. You're not doing this again. Do you really want to be in a relationship where you got to constantly be thinking about whether or not this person is lying to you, whether or not this person is who they say they're with, whether or not they're where they say they are? Like, ain't nobody got time for that shit. I do not have time for that. And I was like, Lord, you're right. And God was like, do you really love yourself the way that you say you love yourself? Because if you do, then why are you still tolerating this bullshit? Because even if I'm going to give you another chance, your actions should show that you have actually made a change. But if your actions are still showing that you are on the same bullshit, why am I giving you another chance? Why was I doing that, y'all? Why was I doing that shit? Why was I doing that? Because God was still trying to get me to grasp the lesson, y'all. He was still trying to get me to grasp the lesson. Like, when you truly love yourself, when you truly value yourself, you demand respect from whoever you are dealing with. The person who you are dealing with must come correct. If you love yourself and value yourself, you are not going to settle for people disrespecting you, playing in your face, and just keep telling you that they're going to change and not changing shit. And just because you love them and y'all have a deep soul connection does not mean that you have to tolerate their shit. It does not mean that you have to stay in a relationship where you are unhappy and where things are not balanced. And that's for men and women. For men and women. You do not have to stay in a relationship where you are not fulfilled. You do not have to settle. Just because you got a deep soul connection. Just because y'all got history. Oh, because we've been together for a long time. I'm scared to start over. I don't want to start over. Why? A brand new start may be the thing that might be your greatest blessing. Why? Start over. But I'm telling y'all, I've been through it in these fucking relationships. I've been through a lot of shit. I put up with a lot of shit. But that relationship, that situation I felt like a spiritual graduation for me. God was like, finally, you finally learned the motherfucking lesson. Goddamn, girl, it took you your whole damn life. But you learned. You finally learned. So that's what matters. That's what we're going to focus on. That's what we're going to focus on. Don't judge me, y'all. Oh, man. But that's what I want to talk to y'all about tonight. And I appreciate y'all listening to me. I do offer what I call Wound Care 101. It's my coaching sessions. Okay, it's personalized just for you. All right, for helping you to overcome your issues with low self-esteem. I struggled with low self-esteem and body image issues like majority of my life, and God has helped me overcome those issues, and also issues with abandonment wounds, going through spiritual awakening and feeling like you don't have nobody to talk to, going through toxic ass relationships, breaking soul ties, breaking yourself from soul ties. Baby, I've been through all that shit. Okay, all that shit I've been through, and God didn't help me through all that shit. All right, and now I'm here to be your guide if you allow me to. Okay, I'm here to be your guide if you allow me to. But I do have one-on-one coaching sessions. I got like event session. I got a session. Thank you, Dory. I got a session where you can just call for advice. Okay, check the link in my bio. I also have a digital product. If you guys want to get into digital products and stuff like that, I have a digital product. It's a done for you digital product guide, and you can literally resell it as your own. Okay, once you buy it, so it will sell itself, like it pays for itself is what I meant to say. But yes, y'all, check that out. Check out my Amazon storefront. Check out my TikTok shop. I'm working on trying to put the digital product like listed in my TikTok shop. I'm working on trying to do that. But yeah, y'all, check that out. And what else? Oh, YouTube. I do post Wound Care Wednesday live events on my YouTube channel at The Healing Empress. What else? What else? You can follow my business profile on Facebook, The Healing Empress, everything The Healing Empress, okay? Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think that's it. And I am working on something special. I won't say what it is right now, but I'm working on something special, and I'm excited about presenting y'all with that. But for now, that is all. I will be here every single Wednesday for Wound Care Wednesday, y'all, where we talk about all healing shit, spiritual shit, and all the shit that help us elevate. Okay, every Wednesday right here at 7:47 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I forgot to say, I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all are in Florida. Dory, please be safe with this, hurricane. I don't know how it's gonna be. Earlier today, it's been kind of just like real windy, and the weather wasn't bad, but I think the hurricane is supposed to land like overnight. But I hope you guys stay safe, and I appreciate y'all being here. I probably will hop back on live and just vibe and listen to music and relax. Maybe have some impromptu karaoke. I don't know. We'll see, because that's what we did last week, and I had a good time. I had fun. But thank y'all so much for being here. Don't forget to check out my services, internal wound care services, focusing on healing from the inside out. Check out my link in the bio. Thank y'all so much for being here, and be safe. Thank you, Dory.